All right, welcome, good morning. It's Sunday morning. Welcome to my next video. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be doing some architectural photography. This is part of a 2-day commercial shoot where I'm going to go back in a couple days and shoot a bunch of interior folks with the packaging line, the assembly line, the workers, and the product. But they also wanted some shots of the front of the building, which has got a nice architectural element to it. And so I had to wait for a good day where there's some blue skies and white puffy clouds, and we're pretty close to that. I'm hoping it holds up. It's about a 20-minute drive. We're going to be doing some real wide angle, strong perspective photography, which is always fun. And you have lots of time to kind of check out the angles and try a different couple compositions, different compositions. I'll be using a tilt shift lens, boop, boop, bleep, bleep. I'll be using a tilt shift lens, 17mm, on my full frame Canon camera, a 5D Mark III. And then I'm also going to try some with a, oops, I got to pay attention here. Go car. I'm giving you the lead. Oh man, he's not going in. Traffic jam. Sorry for the interruption. So I'll be doing some with a Tamron 17 to 35mm zoom, which I'm probably going to sell because I just ordered the one of my dream lenses, a 16 to 35mm. So I'm looking forward to that coming tomorrow. But I'll check in with you when I get to the location. And once again, thanks for watching my video. All right, we are here. I'm glad I drove by from the one side again because I see another photograph that I didn't notice when I made my first visit here. I'm going to be able to shoot through some foliage and kind of use that as a framing device and get the company's logo on the building as the focal point. So I'm going to get to work. I'll be back. I'll check in with you in a minute. But time to take some photos. So I'm heading over to this spot that I noticed when I was driving up. Sorry for my squinting eyes, but I'm very light sensitive. But it looks like a cool shot. I don't need the tripod. It's so bright out, and I'm not using my tilt shift lens, so I don't have to get the horizon perfect. I have to get the camera perfectly level. So I'm going over into this field, and I'll set up the shot and show you in a second. Man, it is bright and hot, but that's the price you pay. So there's this line of trees here. I'm going to turn around and show you. Actually, I'm going to show you over my shoulder. And I'm going to use them as a framing device and kind of shoot in between them. But I'm going to go to my car and get a little ladder, which will take me up a little higher perspective and make those trees a little bit lower in the photograph. So I got to buzz back to the car, which is right over there in the parking lot. There you go. So this is going to be good. I'm actually going to change to my tilt shift lens, do a couple shots with that, and also put a polarizer on this to darken the sky. So here's another perspective. That first shot you saw had the focal length at about 35mm, so it's fairly wide, but not crazy wide. This one we're coming in closer and going wider, so the converging lines will be stronger. and it'll be less of that. There won't be the trees in the foreground, although I'm using this one tree as a frame. I'm going to use the one tree on the right side over here. You'll see the finished image. I'm going to use that as a framing device, as well as these trees. I'm going to kind of wrap around this upper corner on the left. By the way, all the equipment I'm using in this video and the stills I will list in the description box below. So one of the things you have to do when you're using a tilt shift lens and you're shooting architecture is you have to get your camera level, both horizontally as well as front to back. I'm hoping this truck going by doesn't create too much noise and you can hear me. So I've got it set, and I'm using the camera, the electronic camera level, and I pitched it perfectly forward, backwards, as well as side to side. So all the vertical lines in an architectural shot will be perfectly vertical. And then I slid the lens. I didn't tilt it. I shifted it. Oh my God, I can't talk. I shifted the lens upward, so the angle of the camera stays the same, but the view changes, so that the lens was shifted up. The front part of the lens shifted up, and I can see more of the sky and less of this ugly grass in the foreground. I'm just waiting for the sun to come out from behind the cloud. That'll make the front face of the building a lot more prominent, and the sky will go a little bit deeper blue. So it really is a nice shot. I have it framed in. I don't know if you can see this angle. No, you can't. You're in close. But I showed you earlier the trees above framing the corner of the building, and then there's a little tree over here about 6 feet tall that's framing in the other end of the building, which is about 150 yards away. So I'm waiting for the sun. I don't know if you can tell, but I am dripping wet. It's the end of July. It's hot, hazy, and humid here in South Jersey. But the sky looks good, so we do the photo. Stay tuned in, because I'm going to show you how you shift the front lens element upwards to photograph tall subjects like buildings and avoid those converging lines. I don't use it a lot, but my Canon 17mm tilt shift lens is a great tool to have in specific situations. All right, sorry about the backlighting. We're going to drive around the back of the building just to see. There's a couple of loading docks. I don't think there's much opportunity photographically speaking, but we're going to check it out, make sure we take a couple to keep the client happy. We'll go check it out. So I was right, there wasn't much photo opportunity at the back of the building where the loading docks are. There's 3 abandoned trailers that are just sitting there rusting. And it's kind of some trash, and the lighting's not right, so I'm going to have to do that Wednesday afternoon if they want photos of that shipping area. Okay, thanks again for watching my video on the Canon 17mm tilt shift lens. Really is a very interesting lens to use. It's got that crazy front lens element. But anyway, thanks for joining me again. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you really didn't like the video at all. And please let me know the most interesting part of the video for you, or how I could improve it. I appreciate it. Remember to hit the subscribe button if you want to join me on any other photo adventures.